Would you believe that the Amazon rainforest is hiding an entire lost world beneath its trees? A world where millions of people once lived, and then vanished so completely it's as if they never existed at all. Right beneath these dense trees, buried deep in the soil, entire massive and unknown civilizations have lain silent for centuries. Today, we unveil history's greatest deception and expose terrifying, thousands of years old secrets deliberately hidden from the world. Imagine standing inside a terrifying pitch-black jungle where even sunlight is afraid to pierce the thick canopy and reach the ground. In this death-like wasteland, wherever you look, there is nothing but giant trees, endless darkness, and suffocating humidity. This entire environment is trapped in a suffocating, death-like silence, enough to send shivers down any human spine. But beneath nature's greatest illusion, right under these massive roots, entire populated cities have been buried alive for ages. These were no ordinary tribes, but magnificent, grand cities where millions of people once lived an advanced and prosperous life. These astonishing cities featured paved roads, magnificent temples, water canals, and massive settlements spread across the jungle like a web. This was an unparalleled civilization whose mere existence completely proves modern science and all traditional history books wrong. But then came a horrific twist, and this thriving population of millions suddenly vanished overnight. No kings or armies remained. Their entire trace was wiped out, everything razed forever, leaving only this ruthless jungle standing over their forgotten graves. Looking at this desolation, it feels as if the giant Amazon swallowed an entire breathing, advanced civilization alive. The most terrifying part? Scientists believe we have discovered only a tiny fraction of the secrets hidden beneath the jungle. The rest of this terrifying mystery remains completely buried, hidden from the world beneath the deepest soil of the jungle. For centuries, the modern world and historians arrogantly believed the Amazon was nothing but a deadly, unlivable wasteland, a place where only small, primitive tribes could survive, making any large, advanced civilization seem absolutely impossible. Scientists firmly claimed the Amazonian soil was too poor for agriculture, making it impossible to feed a large population. They believed destructive floods and the hostile jungle made it a deadly killer for any large human settlement. This false theory was permanently printed in textbooks worldwide, accepted by everyone as an undeniable historical fact. In its extreme arrogance, modern history announced that the Amazon jungle had always been completely empty and devoid of humans. But there was a massive flaw in their lie. The Amazon was silent, and silent places hide the darkest secrets. These desolate places are actually massive graveyards of humanity's darkest truths, completely forgotten by the modern world. In 1542, a fearless Spanish explorer named Francisco de Orellana looked death in the eyes and entered the Amazon. Returning to Europe, he told an unbelievable, spine-chilling tale that shook everyone in the royal court to their core. He claimed he saw massive populations along the riverbanks, paved roads, lush fields, and magnificent hidden cities with his eyes. Tragically, arrogant European historians laughed mockingly at his words, dismissing him as a madman and a blatant liar. In their arrogance, they assumed that according to science, it was impossible for any civilization to survive here. Time passed silently, centuries went by, and the deadly jungle buried this great truth deep beneath its soil forever. Trees grew over ancient walls, roots shattered paved roads, and great water canals were completely choked with thick mud. This ruthless jungle didn't just hide these splendid cities, it erased them from human memory and history forever.
At the beginning of the 20th century, so-called scientists and experts worldwide, blinded by extreme arrogance, strengthened this false belief into an undeniable fact. These arrogant researchers deeply studied the Amazon's soil, claiming before the world that this land was extremely weak and completely barren for agriculture. They believed the torrential rains rapidly washed away all nutrients from the soil, making it absolutely impossible for humans to grow any crops here. Obviously, without a stable and continuous production of food, no large human population or giant city could ever survive in this deadly environment. For this reason, modern scientists declared this endless and dangerous Amazon jungle a counterfeit paradise forever, permanently closing the history books once and for all. But then suddenly came a shocking twist in history that changed everything. And it happened because of a revolutionary invention known as LiDAR technology. Modern scientists and archaeologists mounted extremely powerful laser scanners on the bottom of airplanes, flying them directly over this most dangerous jungle. They fired millions of powerful laser beams straight towards the ground through gaps in the thick canopy to pierce the centuries-old darkness. When supercomputers digitally removed this entire dense jungle from the screen, the researchers down below saw a spine-chilling scene no one could believe. They saw entire magnificent cities hidden right beneath the roots of ancient trees. These were unbelievably giant cities, whose long, wide, and perfectly straight roads stretched far for kilometers, piercing the chest of this dangerous jungle. On those screens, mysterious circular religious centers, magnificent defensive walls, complex water canals, and highly advanced water systems were clearly visible. High-raised agricultural fields and interconnected giant human settlements suddenly reappeared before the eyes of the world after thousands of years of deep sleep. Seeing all this, the scientists trembled with fear, because this was in no way a mere scattered collection of poor tribes struggling to survive. Rather, this was a highly complex, modern, and powerful urban civilization, completely hidden beneath the Amazon darkness for perhaps thousands of years. In Ecuador's mysterious Upano Valley, scientists surprised the world by discovering thousands of giant, interconnected earthen platforms sunken deeply into the ground. All these giant platforms were perfectly connected to each other, with highly organized, paved roads and large plazas, mapped out by expert engineers. These magnificent cities were built with such precision that their planning could easily give tough competition to modern and advanced urban engineering today. But the most shocking and spine-chilling thing among all these discoveries was that these grand structures were well over 1,000 years old. The world had barely recovered when modern scientists exposed another highly disturbing and terrifying truth, leaving everyone completely stunned and utterly speechless. Their research proved that some very large parts of the terrifying Amazon jungle are not entirely natural, but rather specifically crafted by human hands. Deep research revealed the terrifying secret that these ancient, mysterious people deliberately shaped giant parts of this savage jungle to their own will. Specific species of fruit-bearing trees were found around their forgotten settlements in such unusual numbers that it could by no means be a coincidence. This makes the horrifying reality completely clear. These ancient humans took control of the jungle, deliberately planting and nurturing these trees themselves. This meant the parts of the Amazon we consider a dangerous jungle today might actually be giant, modern engineered wild gardens created by humans. Such limitless and incredible gardens were built with immense skill by highly advanced civilizations thousands of years ago for their food and survival. This is the biggest proof that the mysterious inhabitants of the ancient Amazon were so powerful that they were actually controlling nature itself.
Then came one of the most important discoveries of all, Terra Preta, or dark earth. This wasn't just ordinary soil. It was a man-made super dirt. By mixing charcoal, broken pottery, and organic waste, ancient Amazonians transformed the nutrient-poor jungle floor into highly fertile land. This dark earth was so rich that it still thrives today, centuries after its creators vanished. They didn't just survive in the rainforest, they engineered it to feed millions. These discoveries completely shatter everything we thought we knew about human history. The Amazon was never just a wild, untouched wilderness. It was a thriving, interconnected world of advanced civilizations, whose legacy was simply swallowed by the jungle. As LiDAR technology continues to peel back the green canopy, we have to ask, what other massive secrets are still sleeping in the dark? If this glimpse into our hidden past amazed you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Do you think the jungle is hiding even bigger ancient cities? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next mystery.